Hello, my name is Goku Vegeta 8675309, and I'm here to teach you how to be the world's greatest abridger all over the internet. Now remember, when you get into abridging, you're gonna want to get into abridging for the right reasons. The only reason you should get into this is because you want to get a lot of subscribers, go to conventions, and get unnecessary amounts of YouTube fame. There should be no other reason to become an abridger. The first thing you're gonna want to do is choose a series. When you're choosing a series, don't choose anything that will actually have to make you put some creativity into it. Just go with something that's already been done 8,000 times before, something that's on Toonami. That way, the general audience will see the exact same thing over and over again, and they won't even need to think as much to laugh about it. In this case, we're going with Space Dandy because it was on Toonami, because everybody knows Space Dandy. Part 2, writing. Now, when writing an abridged series, remember the golden rules. Your show should be mainly written off of what's the hottest memes on the internet. Just go and look up hot memes and write jokes about that. Also, don't even be creative at all and just rip off as many references as humanly possible to other things. Doesn't matter how you shoehorn it in. Also, if your plot is anything close to something else, just rip that off. People will think it's way funnier.
For example, they call me the Star-Lord. I guess the cat is out of the bag now. Get it? 'Cause I'm not a cat in the bag. I am Roboot.
Did you see how fucking funny that was? Oh, it's so great. But just remember the golden rules. All the hot memes as humanly possible. And remember, when you're writing characters, just rip off something that already exists. It doesn't matter if it's already a voice from something else or you're ripping off other abridgers' voices. It doesn't matter. Whatever makes the general audience feel like they already have seen this shit over and over again. Also, remember to add as many references as humanly possible to current events going on and current things. That way, when people look back, they can get a sense of nostalgia every time they watch it and think that this humor isn't fucking dated at all.
Hey, what do you think about Gamergate, Iggy Azalea, Bill Cosby, ISIS, the gas crisis, or anything like that? I don't care! Part 3, editing.
Now, don't actually waste a lot of time editing. Editing is just for fucking assholes like Kaiser Neko and Omni Beneficial to show off. Editing is the least important part of the entire series.
Step 4, editing audio.
Now, editing audio is almost as important as writing, because all the jokes that you could actually fit in are all done with audio. Remember, if you can write in a stupid song parody or put music over things as much as possible, do it, because it's the only other way you're gonna get laughs. Also, remember things like the Benny Hill theme and the Wilhelm scream are definitely things you want to put in as much as humanly possible. Look at this great example of how that works. Also, if you start to feel like you want to be a little bit more creative, take the Screaming Goat and switch it out with the Wilhelm. It'll actually be way funnier that way. Now remember, as soon as you're done with your episode, you want to upload it immediately. Don't even bother to proofread it through to see if everything is done and well with it. Just upload it for what it is. Who gives a shit anyway? It's all about the story. Nobody gives a fuck about anything else in it. So it's been 20 minutes and you haven't been invited to a con or had 1 million views yet. Well, there's a great explanation for that. Clearly, everybody else in the abridged community has viewed your video, because that's all they do when they're not abridging is watching abridged videos. And they have clearly decided that your abridged project is way too good for them. And they have decided to blacklist you from everything because they are afraid of competitions. I mean, hell, there's only so many hot memes around, and you already took the best one, so right there, that's like half the competition is gone. So just remember, if your video is not getting extremely popular, it's every other abridger's fault on planet Earth. You should go on Twitter and harass as many abridgers as possible. Let them know that because they have a slight amount of internet fame, that doesn't make them better than you. And when this happens, you're probably gonna get blocked by a few of them. Well, just keep making Twitter accounts and bothering them until eventually everybody in the community hates you. Now, this is all a ploy by the abridgers. It's still all their fault after that. So after that, you're gonna want to make a Tumblr. And on that Tumblr, you're gonna want to call out as many abridgers as humanly possible for being self-righteous assholes. After that, you're gonna want to get on Google Maps and be reading through the Twitters of all the abridgers that you hate the most. Try to figure out exactly where they live and, figure out how far away that is. Map out travel plans. After that, you're gonna want to get a fucking gun. Doesn't matter how you get one. Steal one from your parents or go to a gun show. Then you're gonna want to spend whatever money is left over on gasoline, plane tickets, airline fees. It doesn't matter. You're gonna want to go to their house, and you're gonna want to stalk them for 2 or 3 days. That way you can figure out their routine. And around day 5 or 6, you're gonna break into their house and wait for them. Just remember, when they finally come home, you're gonna want to shoot them somewhere like the bathroom or the kitchen. Don't get that blood in the carpet. It'll be way easier for them to tell that you did it. Then put them in a closet or something and make it look like suicide. And at this point, you've probably woken up in front of your computer having another psychotic daydreaming episode with your pants off watching The Call of Squid Girl. Don't watch The Call of Squid Girl, because it will cause psychotic daydreaming episodes. After you've had that horribly nightmarish daydream, you're probably going to want to check yourself back into therapy and begin taking your medication again. Keep going to therapy on a regular basis. Also, make sure you get a journal. That way you can write down your feelings and discuss them with your therapist. Your therapist is there to help you. He wants to make sure that your life is actually on track. So feel free to be open and talk to him about things. After you feel like you've been rehabilitated enough, the next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to get a good job. At least 40 hours a week for no more than $11.50 an hour. After that, you're going to want to find a family and settle down and get a house somewhere and put all this horrible abridged mess behind you. And that way you can start doing regular things like raising children, getting cars, going to baseball games, and paying your taxes. Remember to pay your taxes every year, but you should make an estimated payment every single quarter just to avoid overages and other great things with your taxes. Anyway, my name has been Vegeta Goku 867539, and this has been your Abridgers Survival Guide. Fucking faggots.